So the next concept we're going to be talking about is something called variable math. Now, this concept is pretty simple, but really, really useful. And let me show you guys why. Say I have 15 pencils. Let's create a variable called num_pencils to track the amount of pencils I have. Now, say for my birthday, well, let's print out how many pencils we have first, just to make sure the console can see it too. Let's print I have space num_pencils, pencils. But remember, since num_pencils is an integer, it's not a string, we need to change it to a string to concatenate it. So I have 15 pencils. Now, let's say that I get 10 pencils for my birthday. I could do num_pencils equals num_pencils plus 10. There's nothing wrong with doing that, and I get, if I print the same thing over after I edit the value of num_pencils, I get 25 pencils. But repeating num_pencils twice in the same line of code seems a little excessive. Maybe there's an easier way to do this. And an easier way there is. There is actually I guess I would call it an operator duo in Python that is so overpowered you can add anything to your variable in like less than 5 characters. And that is plus equals or minus equals. And you can also do multiplied by equals, divided by equals, all of that. But for the purposes of this bootcamp, we're going to be focusing on plus equal to or minus equal to. All right, now let's try plus equal to first. So now we can set num_pencils plus equals 10. We don't have to type out num_pencils again. We don't have to do any of that. All we have to do is do num_pencils and then plus equals, and then how many ever we want to add to it. And now, as you can see here, we get the exact same result. We get plus 10 to our total number of pencils. Now, I want you guys to be very careful with this order of operators, because one of the most common ways a lot of people mess up is by doing num_pencils equals plus 10. And what that does is Python basically reads it as num_pencils equals positive 10. So that's going to set your variable back to 10. And we don't want that, right? We bought 10 pencils. That doesn't mean we have 10 pencils now. I have 35 pencils now. Now, let's say I give out pencils to my class since it was my birthday recently. I can do num_pencils minus equals 10 and then print basically the same thing. I have then string num_pencils pencils. Now we come back to 25 pencils. And over here, you can do the same exact thing. Instead of plus, you can do minus. Some people prefer to do it this way just because it's a little clearer to see. But I definitely think the plus equals and minus equals are pretty overpowered Python math operators. And I definitely think if you get a hold of them earlier, you'll have an easier time, especially on tonight's project.